This right here is a prime example how some people can be a young boy and be a villain. Be somebody that you don't even recognize. I don't know this young boy, but to be this young and this is the way a person thinks. To be this young, this man is not even 21 yet. This is a teenager, young teenager. And to be this violent speaks a lot of volume of how the younger generation is operating today. You're starting to see a lot of people today starting to look at the younger generation, be like, damn. But then this is the sad part. I blame my generation. I blame my generation because kids having kids and then they raising these kids to be little savages, not teaching them anything but wisdom or nothing. Like they just running rampant out here thinking that everything is sweet.
I shot every one of them people.
Well, the suspect accused of shooting 5 people, killing 1 in Riviera Beach, as you see there, just faced a judge.
Jolie Rodriguez is at the Palm Beach County Jail where the suspected gunman gave a point-blank admission before the court.
Well, it was truly a courtroom shocker when the suspect, 20-year-old Terrell Gibson, spoke on the shooting. Now, Gibson goes on to detail his mental health struggles. Then he says that none of the victims died, but then goes on to admit, saying that he shot them all within a span of 5 minutes.
I shot every one of them people in their head. They not making it back.
The suspect, 20-year-old Terrell Gibson, faces several charges, including first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder. Police say Gibson shot 5 people Monday night. It all started around 6:15 inside the Azure Estates community in Riviera Beach. The police chief says it appears Gibson was having a mental breakdown as he describes hearing voices in his head, insisting he get a gun and shoot people. Gibson fled and attempted to carjack multiple vehicles. Police say he then shot 3 more victims and ultimately succeeds in taking a vehicle and fleeing. According to police reports, one of the victims was his own cousin. In Gibson's first appearance on Wednesday, he repeatedly claims that he can see things that others can't.
I'm fighting something I can't even see. I see it at night. I see it now looking at you.
He goes on to deny that anyone was killed during the shooting, but admits that he shot people in the head just minutes later. Attorneys in the room then warn him that anything he
I don't know if y'all noticed that he had his hair done and like there was horns, like the devil. Dog, you can't make none of this up. It makes you wonder when you see stuff like this, you start to think that some of these people is crazy. It do. You look at them, you like, yo, these people is crazy. Like this person is really, really off. Make you wonder sometimes. Are they off or are they really actually seeing people? They seeing things. Who knows? Who knows?
says can be used against him in his trial.
I don't care because I'm speaking the truth in my heart. I don't care about you saying my I don't care.
The murder charge alone carries a minimum sentence of life in prison with no parole if convicted. Reporting in Palm Beach County.
First of all, they talk about what it like it the charges carry up to life. Oh, y'all know he's getting life. You know he's getting 5 people. And he literally was in the courtroom talking how he was talking. You think they're gonna let somebody out like that? Hell to the no. But it does show you that people are going through stuff out here today that got them breaking down, going through all type of emotions. Not only just the emotional part. People are so throwed off now. You're seeing things that you never thought that you would see. You're seeing women. I seen a lady get sentenced a life, like I think she got a sentence of life for killing I think a 1-year old in daycare. So you're starting to see some things that's making you not believe in people. And that's where we at today because with society, the way things are set up today, it got people crashing out, it got people not thinking that they can live life fully. You got people struggling with mental. I understand like this whole mental thing, some people might think is a joke, But I've been there before, never in crazy episode, but I've been there where as though I didn't feel like life was worth living. So if you feel like that mentally, life is not worth living, you'll see some people say, well, if you don't feel that way, just take your own self up. Well, first off, you can't put yourself in the shoes of somebody that's literally mentally clocked out. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what they're hearing. It is true that some people are probably hearing some things that's not normal. We don't really know if they really are hearing voices. We don't know. It's the same thing when people say, "Yo, I can hear my mother speaking to me when she passed away. I can hear it." And then they literally can follow up with something that they might not have known. And people are like, well, damn, they should not have known that. So it's obviously somebody was speaking to them. We would never know. All I know is when you see a young adult, this guy was 20. I thought he was in his teens. He looked very, very young. But the sad part about it is it doesn't even matter how he looked, what he passes as. All we know is the crime that he did, the families that he tore apart, because the people that he unalived, these are families that gotta bury their loved one. But to be in the courtroom and talk like that lets you know that this person is not a person dealing with a full deck. Everybody don't have the privilege to live life and just think that everything's gonna be peaches and cream. It's not. You're gonna have some people out here struggling with life. You're gonna have people out here struggling with their identity. People go through a crisis every day. Police get phone calls and have to go to a scene and realize that, oh man, I'm not trying to deal with this. And then next thing you know, they end up being unalive. I remember years ago, they had a mom call the cops and let them know that their son was tripping out. He was having an episode. She literally said that on the phone. I don't know what the cops thought that they was pulling up to, but they end up realizing that this dude was not only a child, but he was a big child. Like, dude was a big boy. He was built like a, not, I'm gonna say he was damn near built like a grown man. He was tall, not muscular, but he was kind of heavy. You could tell he was not, they wasn't gonna be able to move that dude easily. The end of that story didn't end well. Dude was unalive. And the next thing you know, the news was reporting that the family is suing the police department because they felt like they should have used different tactics instead of the ones that they used. And I agree. But I can tell you one thing for sure. If I put myself in the shoes of someone coming to a scene and you see somebody that's really like that's my size or bigger, but they are a child, but they don't look like a child, and they strong as hell, and they having an episode whereas though they are extremely violent. Damn, I don't know the ends to that. I don't. I know it's easy a lot of times to say, man, they should have did this, and I get it. I get it. But what is the answer? It's hard to try to figure out what's the answer. It's hard. Damn. Like and subscribe.